The inspiration behind Peaceful Minds came to me from my friend Daniel. He was a rescue and recovery worker who worked at Ground Zero after 9/11.
If I had to lose a mind, if I had to touch feeling, I would lose my soul the way I do. I don't have to think, I only have to do it. The results are always perfect, but that's all new.
He revealed to me every detail that had happened to him in his life, really his whole life, and also all the details from September 11th moving forward as a rescue and recovery worker at Ground Zero.
And it was pretty traumatic, and he was suffering a lot from PTSD and depression and had never divulged this information to anyone before. Amy was the first person.
I didn't right away realize that he was suffering from post-traumatic stress, but now that I reflect on it, I do realize that that was the situation. You know, immediately after, I of course tried to contact him, and I was unable to, but a couple weeks later I did see him, and you know, he immediately walked over to me and gave me a huge hug, and the tears just started rolling down his face, and he was just so thankful and thanking me for, you know, listening and everything that we had gone through. Probably about a week and a half, not even later, I was at a concert and we were coming home, and my girlfriend received a phone call that Daniel had committed suicide.
Sprinkled with emotion, invented at your birth. I can't see into me, my whole expanse. I cannot see.
So the story goes a little bit deeper with Daniel. When somebody dies, oftentimes we're grieving and we're looking for a certain sign. You know, where are they? Are they okay? Where have they gone?
A couple years later, you know, it still was with me, and I decided to go see a medium, and before I walked in the door, there was a cardinal sitting outside, and it was really funny because it was just sitting there and it was looking at me, and it wasn't really moving. It was like hopping around and kind of stayed there for a couple minutes, and I was like, wow, that's really strange. This bird is just watching me. And you know, I knew that when I walked in the door that, you know, she was going to tell me, you know, who it was that was, you know, watching me. You know, this cardinal was looking right at me. So sure enough, I walked in, and she said, oh, you saw a cardinal before you got here? And I said, yes. She goes, well, that was Daniel, and he wanted me to tell you that that was him. But the night that I told April the story, I drove back to Long Beach, and I was sitting at my computer. And the strangest thing is that there was a cardinal singing outside of my window. It had to be for 2 hours, and it was at night. And I thought it was the strangest thing because the cardinals usually are not singing at night. But it was that night, and I knew that he was there, and he was telling me that, you know, he knew that this was dedicated to him.
So the red cardinal bird has a lot of significance to Amy. Aside from ever hearing this story, the red cardinal has also had significance to me with my healing work, and anytime I went for a session either to learn different healing modalities or was working on myself, when I would leave my one mentor's house, every single time a red cardinal would fly by. And anytime I've been going through something and I needed strength, that would be my sign as well. So it was kind of neat that although our stories are very different about cardinals, the cardinal is a very spiritual connection for both of us.
Sure enough, every week that we were going to treat our combat veterans, I would drive up from New York, and I'd be driving, and there would be a cardinal flies in front of my car every single time.
And every single Wednesday, without fail, there is a red cardinal that visits us during our sessions with our combat vets. So really, you know, Peaceful Minds is also dedicated to combat veterans, but rescue and recovery workers who are dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder and have not gotten any healing from it.
Roger, be advised, we are receiving heavy... Eagle Main, this Tower 6, Continental Ave, over. Follow my tracers. Where? Follow my tracers. Alright. Okay, go. Right, I got it safe.
How do you do, young Willie McBride? Do you mind if I sit here down by your graveside and rest for a while in the warm summer sun? I've been walking all day and I'm nearly done, and I see by your gravestone you were only 19 when you joined the great falling in 1916. Well, I hope you died quick, and I hope you died clean. Oh, Willie McBride, was it slow and obscene? Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they play the fife lowly? Did they sound the death march as they lowered you down? Did the band play the last post and chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers of the forest? And did you leave a wife or a sweetheart behind? In some loyal heart is your memory enshrined. And though you died back in 1916, to that loyal heart you're forever 19. Or are you a stranger without even a name, forever enshrined behind some old glass pane, in an old photograph torn, tattered and stained, and faded to yellow in a brown leather frame? Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they play the fife lowly? Did they sound the death march as they lowered you down? Did the band play the last post and chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers of the forest? The sun's shining down on these green fields of France. The warm wind blows gently and the red poppies dance. The trenches have vanished long under the plow. No gas, no barbed wire, no guns firing now. But here in this graveyard that's still no man's land, the countless white crosses in mute witness stand to man's blind indifference to his fellow man. And a whole generation were butchered and damned. Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they play the fife lowly? Did they sound the death march as they lowered you down? Did the band play the last post and chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers of the forest? And I can't help but wonder, no Willie McBride, do all those who lie here know why they died? Did you really believe them when they told you the cause? Did you really believe that this war would end wars? Well, the suffering, the sorrow, the glory, the shame, the killing and dying, it was all done in vain. Oh, Willie McBride, it all happened again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they play the fife lowly? Did they sound the death march as they lowered you down? Did the band play the last post and chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers of the forest?